earth was theirs, the harvest not. Their hands bore wheat, their stomachs not.
You're born with dust beneath your skin. The Lord decides if you can win a patch of land, a patch of sky, but both are taxed before you die. The name was freedom, but it lied. The chains were legal, ratified. No coin, no path, no right to flee. Just birth and debt and loyalty.
Chains for bread, that's how we live. Bound to soil we could not give. They wrote us down like tally marks in books that burned our fathers' parks. Chains for bread, that's what they said. Obey the law and you'll be fed.
Your daughter serves, your son conscripted. The church was paid, the land encrypted. The harvest passed from hand to hand, but never to the tiller's stand. They said we were the soul, the base, yet spat upon our name and face. We bore the cross, we bore the stone, but never claim the land we'd sown.
Chains for bread, that's how we lived. Bound to soil we could not give. They wrote us down like tally marks in books that burned our fathers' parks. Chains for bread, that's what they said. Obey the law
and you'll be fed. One tried to run, one dared to speak. They dragged him back and made him weak. His mother wept, the priest just sighed. The law had mouths and they replied. A whip, a tax, a binding oath. No man could break them, not them both. A name erased, a deed revoked. The serf still breathes, but rights are choked.
Chains for bread, that's how we lived. Bound to soil we could not give. They wrote us down like tally marks in books that burned our fathers' parks. Chains for bread, that's what they said. Obey the law
and you'll be fed. Serfdom wasn't slavery, but it wasn't freedom. You couldn't be bought, but you could be born into chains. In medieval Russia, in Poland, in Austria, and Brandenburg, a serf couldn't leave the land without permission. He owed labor days, corvée, robota. He worked the Lord's field before his own. In the year 1649, Russia tied peasants permanently to estates. In the Holy Roman Empire, serfs had to pay liebzoll, body toll, to move. The Enlightenment brought cracks. Joseph II tried reform. Russia's serfdom ended in 1861. Too late for millions. By then, the land was still owned by few, and liberty had become a word for taxes. We heard of rights, we heard of law, but both were written with a claw. The ink ran red, the pages burned, the chains grew rust, but never turned.
Chains for bread, that's how we